Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join real estate entrepreneur and mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is Austin Linney with your Friday Rant. What I'm going to talk today about is creating thought within your head, but the reason why you don't have it, the reason why you're in survival mode, the reason why you can't create your goals, the reason when you ask somebody, hey, what is it that you truly want? They don't know. Why don't they know? It's because we created a world where there's so many inputs, there's a lack of outputs, okay? And how that manifests itself, how that creates a world where there's too many inputs of other people's thoughts, social media, the news, all these things, right? That create a space where we don't even know what we think for ourselves. And because we don't know what we think for ourselves, how can we create for oneself? How can we create something that matters to us? How can we build a life that we want to do when we don't even know what we truly think? I think what's very interesting when I get clients, right? I spend the first couple weeks just clearing up the ridiculous voices in their head that aren't even there. It's not even what they want. Typically, we go back to childhood and remember the things that used to excite them because they no longer know what that looks like. They no longer understand what makes them excited because for a long time, they've been living somebody else's truths and values. And when that's the case, a way to do that is to disconnect. Well, how do you disconnect from a world that has nothing but inputs? And how do you create outputs? You create space. You create time. And you give yourself the opportunity to distract, to pull away from those things and cut that off. You know what's interesting about a fever, right? What is a fever's purpose to your body? A fever's purpose is to regulate the body so it may heal itself. That is the purpose of a fever. But yet, the moment that we get a fever, we take medicine to avoid the fever. Does that make sense? So the one thing that your body's creating, you want to remove. Well, that's an analogy for most of life. You know, they always tell you if you have stomach issues or something's issue, like stop eating. The lack of food will fix your stomach for yourself. Think about that. So the lack of inputs would fix the output. So you've listened to too many podcasts. You've listened to too many books. You're watching too many YouTube videos. And you're not taking action on them. Or that voice in your head from your parent when you were 5 years old, blah, 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 is that input that's just circling around in your head. Circling. It's on a vicious cycle loop of negativity. So how do you remove? You remove it from you. And then that will create a different output. But we don't do that. We don't allow ourselves the moment to just pause and say, you know what? I'm in this game for the rest of my life. I'm in this health journey for the rest of my life. I'm in this investing for the rest of my life. I'm going to take a minute for myself. The reason that the anxiety levels are high, the reason that you don't feel comfortable in your own skin is that you have too many outputs. And because those outputs create and mold and shape who we are, we don't even know who we are anymore. Inputs, pardon me. So this is my opportunity that telling you to remove some inputs, and that will create a new output, a new attitude, a new action, a new step, a new thought. And remember that all those inputs that are coming in, you don't have to listen to them because that's for somebody else. Stop in living other people's injected values into your life. Hope everyone got some value from this, and we'll see you next time.